glitziest party in the Formula One launch season was in London's Royal Albert Hall as Jordan took the wraps off the car, which might then make this 8th season in Formula One as much of a milestone as the first. Never afraid to upset the status quo, Eddie Jordan has innovated his way up the F1 ladder ever since he arrived in 1991 with a pretty green 191. And as we've seen, this season has all the ingredients to be his best ever. Adding to last year's expenditure on its new wind tunnel, the team has joined forces with Mugen Honda in a move which is widely seen as Honda's first steps on the road back to full-time presence in Formula One. Recalling the 80s when Honda, Williams and McLaren ruled the roost from green light to checkered flag. With Hill and Honda in the Albert Hall plus the performers from the Cirque du Soleil, the atmosphere was upmarket to say the least. And if there is a psychological advantage to be gained from having the launch of the season, there's no doubt Jordan has it. Perhaps this won't be a make or break season, but a vital season just the same.
I felt that Ralph and Giancarlo, two outstanding young drivers, but at the very central, their career paths were right on top of each other, and I think the natural progression or the natural growth would be impeded. So it was quite without doubt, if I had the opportunity to get Damon Hill, which we definitely did have, and made sure that I didn't lose him in the second year, that he could be of massive valuable assistance to us inside, both commercially, technically, but he will be a big asset to Ralph in particular, because to be honest, Ralph is perhaps in one respect not expected to beat him because he's a world champion initially. After all, Ralph is only 22 and in his second full season of Formula One, but if he does beat him, of course it's a big boost for him, and I think the two of them will actually get along real fine together. They're both committed to beating Michael, and I think there's no greater carrot for either driver than that.
Last year, Damon Hill turned down Jordan and went to Arrows, and it was a bleak year for the defending world champion, despite a fighting 6th place at Silverstone and an excellent drive in Hungary. Now, with a team that's 6 years further down the development road, there may be more to enjoy in '98 for Damon Hill.
And I want to say a big thank you to them.
I think I like the style of Eddie Jordan. I think that one thing about him is his enthusiasm infects everyone in the team, and it really is Eddie Jordan's team, and I'm very, very happy to be part of it. I like the feeling I've got so far, but he, above all, he wants to win, and so does everyone else, and so do I.
You can see the professionalism there.
Yeah, he knows what he wants, and he knows that he's going to get there. I don't think there's anyone that would say that Eddie Jordan isn't going to get what he wants eventually.
As we've seen, Hill's arrival at Jordan puts him alongside Ralf Schumacher, sometime wayward brother of Michael, and so far the only one of the two drivers to have sampled the new car.
Even the engine was very good to start with, and so I'm quite confident.
Well, that was really just strange circumstance, half wet, half dry, so there was nothing major wrong with it. It felt quite good, but I can't say how good it is. That will be decided by Damon really on Wednesday in Barcelona when he's testing. Then we see his first impression.
Maybe the most significant part of the new package is the Mugen engine. Never short on horsepower, famed for reliability, it should give the team a strength in an area that was weak last year.
Well, the engine is a complete new engine for this year. When we got involved with them in July of last year, we wanted a lot of changes done to the engine to actually modify it to suit our belief of how the engine should go in the car, because it's an integral part. It's not just an engine in a car anymore, and that's where I think Renault and Williams have won in the last while, because they've been a team together, and they recognise it's an integral part. And Honda were able to stand up and respond very, very well and did the things that we wanted to do. The engine's running very well. I'm very pleased with it. Test bed figures are very strong. It's lighter than last year's engine. The centre of gravity is lower than last year's engine. So all in all, I think it's quite a reasonable package.
The buzzword for '98 is packaging. A good driver, engine or chassis is no longer enough on its own. It has to be part of a coherent whole, the package.
I'm just saying that we've never been in a position to get a better package than we already have at this moment. The package we have is quite outstanding, and the addition of Benson and Hedges all of the different sponsors that I mentioned today, it has given us a new impetus, a new meaning, and I think we have things now that we can afford. We've got the top drivers, we've got a great test team, we've got a lovely car and a great engine. I mean, you couldn't possibly ask for a better package than that.
All teams approach every new season with high hopes. There is every reason to suppose that on this occasion, Jordan's optimism is well founded.